Okay, just gonna play Toy Blast. Just gonna play Toy Blast. Just gonna play Toy Blast, yeah. Level 155, which I failed the last time I played. Let me just check my face again. Okay, my face cam's definitely working. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is the level I was failing on last time. You've got to get rid of all the Easter eggs and all of the bubbles behind them as well, and you don't get many moves to accomplish the objective with, so quite a bit of skill is obviously needed, isn't it, Sonny Jim? And yes, we're going to need to be at our best here, obviously. Although I do seem to be getting somewhat lucky with the colours now, don't I? Hopefully, so hopefully things will pan out better after all. Very nearly had a TNT box then as well, but unfortunately that didn't quite work out the way I was hoping, did it? Already am needing to go silent to concentrate. That isn't really a very good sign, is it? I mean, I thought my OCD here seemed somewhat better before I started this, but it wasn't really a good sign that I was feeling rushed beforehand, or was it? Yeah, feeling rushed and stressed with OCD is probably the worst possible outlook you can have when you've got OCD, because as many people with OCD will attest, when you get OCD, you may as well kiss your life goodbye, so to speak, because really you're going to be slowed down so much that it's going to be really, really hard to do the things that you actually want to do in life. With how you're going to just be slowed down by rituals all the time. It's not a very nice existence, but if you've got mental resiliency like me, you'll get through it, I suppose. Well, I'll be able to get another Rubik's Cube. That'll be grand, won't it? Very dearly. But it's proving to be difficult, isn't it? Typically, it doesn't give you them in the places where you really need them to be sometimes, isn't it? Yeah, I'm thinking I'll give up on trying to get the other Rubik's Cube and just start trying to really have an impact on the level, so to speak, to improve my chances of actually finishing it and all. Remember last time when I had a bubble in the bottom left corner that I couldn't get because of how it's such an awkward position and all. Well, at least I'm gonna do that this time, but but yeah, but it seems like there's near enough too many bubbles. Yeah, I haven't done it, and that was seeming so promising, wasn't it? Well, I don't even finish any levels in this particular video, although I'm always quick to start thinking negatively and start feeling full of gloom, aren't I? And that's not very conducive to success, is it really? So it's rather foolish of myself to, rather foolish of me to allow myself to start settling into such a negative train of thought, really. Yeah, that was always one of my main problems when I was young, my tendency to fall into negative mental patterns of self-doubt, I think. I mean, when I used to play Command and Conquer Tiberian Sun online, I'd often be amazed at how at the mentality of the people playing the game. They'd they'd often have a very determined frame of mind. I noticed they'd often be very determined to like improve at the game and keep playing over and over again until they managed to improve their skills and until they managed to beat people who maybe they couldn't beat before, whereas me, I was the total opposite. If I failed to beat someone one time, I'd just assume I was never going to beat them ever. And as you can see, that you shouldn't think that way with how I just managed to finish that hard level just then and get such a great score. Okay, now we're on to 156, and I'm actually curious to see just how much of a hard level this is, considering the person who got me to start playing it has been on this level for near enough the whole time that I've played the game, and that's been about maybe I think I've played this game maybe 2 years or possibly 3 years. I don't know really. It's around about that kind of time frame anyway. It doesn't seem overly hard to me, so unless she just kind of got bored of the game or something, but well, it makes you wonder why she'd stop on this level, because it seems quite an interesting one to me, with all the nice colourful blocks and having to get all the toys to the bottom, plus you get a lot of moves, so it doesn't seem to me like it could be one of those ridiculously hard ones, I think, really. I'm starting to think that maybe that previous level I was on just then might have been harder than this one, in fact, but this this session is still young, isn't it? So it could start turning out to be a level of nightmarish proportions, and I just don't know it yet. Yes, I must not count my chickens until they've hatched, I guess you could say. Nice, another Rubik's Cube. Just dealing with my OCD once more. Yes, could this win me the level, I wonder? Yes, oh nice, 33 moves left as well. I know I'm elite, takes a bell, like so. Okay, look at that beautiful score compared to everyone else's as well. Okay, 157 now. It's your first on. It may face cams face cams definitely. Record, yeah. Okay. So we need to get rid of all the bubbles on this level as well. Sorry, just dealing with my OCD, everyone. Makes me very anxious at times, and other times it just causes me to struggle with the most basic things in life. I mean, sometimes I find it harder just getting the video started than I do actually playing the games, funnily enough. I mean, sometimes when I see people complaining and rage quitting and whatnot in the videos because the game's hard, I start thinking to myself they should just be grateful that they don't have the hard time that I do just getting the video started. I mean, it makes me think of when I used to watch videos of people playing. Makes me think of when I used to watch videos of people playing Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, and there was this woman once that I was watching playing it, and when she gets to the end of a cave to accomplish a certain mission or other, she'd find out that she needed to run all the way to the cave entrance to leave because she couldn't fast travel out of there, and she'd start complaining and saying God's name in vain and whatnot, and I'd be thinking, just be grateful you're not like me, having to keep running back to the same places and turning around and whatnot when you get anxious. Be grateful that all you have to do is just run from one end of the cave to the other, which can be done in about a minute or so. Because with me, sometimes it'd take about 3 or 5 minutes or so to get out of a cave, even if there was no enemies in it. And this is a nice, interesting level design, isn't it? With all the power-ups and toys and the cages and lots of Easter eggs, which we don't have to get rid of, but you can bet we probably do need to get rid of a good amount of them in order to get the toys to the bottom. So some of the games being maybe slightly deceptive there, isn't it? Although it keeps us on our toes and keeps us thinking hard, doesn't it? So can't really blame them too much, I suppose. It adds to the challenge and intrigue of the game after all, doesn't it? How can I go from talking a mile a minute, I wonder, to suddenly going completely silent, I wonder. Kinda weird of me, isn't it? But what can you do in this day and age, in these days of uncertainty and duplicity that the world is in the throes of? I'm very philosophical today, aren't I? I should be able to get the Rubik's Cube together now, yes. Quite a brilliant move I've made that, wasn't it? I was so close to getting, I'm so close to getting the toys to the bottom now as well.
Yippee!
I always find that yippee sound cute as well. Yes, another brilliant. Another brilliant performance. Another brilliant performance. Another brilliant performance to score from me, but still only seconds. So the person in first put in a superhuman performance there, didn't she? So that was 158, yeah. Which two of my friends seem to be stuck on. So let's go to 159 now. I'm getting through a lot of levels today, aren't I? I had this level a day or so ago when I was playing the treehouse levels, I think, on my dad's mobile device. So as you can imagine, I should be quite well used to this level now, shouldn't I? I found it easy the 2 times I did it on my parents' mobile devices, or I think I had it twice on my dad's 2 mobile devices, because I played 4 sets of the 5 treehouse levels. I played on 2 of my dad's mobile devices and 2 of my mum's, and two of my dad's mobile devices and 2 of my mum's. I know, I've got no social life, have I? Even though I have started going out somewhat more lately. Yes, 2 Rubik's Cubes. That means I can finish the level in style, and I thought I wasn't gonna. I thought I wasn't gonna do it for a time. Looking at 154,000 points as well. 154 was the number of my old Liverpool house from when I was a kid. Okay, 160 now, which I'm first on. 17 minutes into the video as well, making very fast progress here, aren't I? Yeah, that's good, because I was rather disappointed lately at my last videos playing this game, when I'd only managed 4 or 5 levels or so when I was in my half-hour videos, and it looks like with this one I could maybe get back to my old work rate of 15 levels a video, doesn't it? You see, as you can tell from how I talk here, even though people used to call me lazy and whatnot, you can actually see that I've got a very strong work rate when I'm motivated, and when I'm motivated and doing things that I'm passionate about, can't you? I mean, I know there's plenty of people in the world who would consider it laughable that I consider it work, making gaming videos for YouTube, but lots of the other people who make tons of money making YouTube videos consider it work, and if you're going to criticise me for that, you've got to really criticise all of them too, haven't you, really? I mean, I know I'm not making tons of money. Well, I'm not making any money really right now, but I intend to start doing eventually, and when that happens, well, you aren't going to be able to deny my logical intuition then, are you, Sonny Jim? I wonder if I can get another Rubik's Cube here. Although it's kind of hard when there's all of the random colour changes, isn't it? Starting to think maybe I should just try another strategy, maybe. Yeah, I think I will. It can be really hard sometimes when you just can't get rid of a brick at the top like this and there's bubbles underneath it that you've got to get rid of. It can't it? Just keep having thoughts that make me anxious. Makes me hope everything definitely will be okay in the end, in the afterlife and all. It's very stubbornly not letting me get rid of that brick, isn't it? Should give it now though, I hope. Yes, but was it too late, I wonder? It'll be great if this propeller shoots downward though. Although no matter if it doesn't because isn't that just typical? Both of them shooting across please. Suppose the game felt like it wanted to put me in my place after I was advancing so fast through the levels and all. 21 minutes now, so 9 minutes left. Yeah, so it's probably smart if I'm able to get rid of the top bricks early on, isn't it? So that I'm not faced with the same kind of conundrum as I was the last time I played. Oh, this'll be good. Although it makes you think it might have been more conducive to my cause if I got TNT boxes on all the purple squares just then instead, doesn't it? Yeah, this level really doesn't believe in giving you downward propellers on the sides, does it, where they'd be most effective? Gotta do something to keep the difficulty up though, I suppose, haven't you? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I see the possibility of a Rubik's Cube here. Knowing me though, I'll probably spend so much time trying to get Rubik's Cubes that I'll end up running out of moves from wasting time and all. Case of me being vain and wanting to do things in style, I suppose. Like Gunnar Stall from the Mighty Ducks, I'm fancy. You know, from the second Mighty Ducks film when Gordon Bombay was able to prevent him from scoring in the penalty final at the end by predicting that he would go for a fancy shot as opposed to a more traditional kind. Seems like I was stupid to go to try and be fancy as well, doesn't it? I mean, look how far apart those two bubbles are that I need to get rid of. Yeah, quite a miserable failure indeed. Look at the score I had as well. I wonder if that's the highest losing score that anyone's ever had on this level. At least I'm breaking the record somehow, aren't I? I'm feeling proud at how making videos is making me more of a fast-talking, charismatic type as well. I guess all things just come down to practice in life, really, don't they? Extensive practice, as like Wayne Gretzky when he was becoming the best hockey player of his day by just playing hockey all the time as a child. The way it was all he ever wanted to do, to be out there on the ice, on frozen lakes when he was a kid. Yeah, he was so obsessed with it that even his parents, when it was late at night, would bring in ice from the lake to put in the living room so he could keep playing inside. Makes you think he must have had a big house to do that, doesn't it? Or unless they were just so enthusiastic about hockey like he was, that to them it was a small price to pay, having that upheaval each evening, maybe. Yeah, apparently when he was like 10 or so, he was playing alongside high school age teenagers and actually winning in the games and scoring a lot as well. So that was kind of insane, wasn't it? But also rather inspirational, I think, as well. I bet it got him a lot of I bet it got in quite a bit of trouble at times, though, because you can just imagine high school age kids being pleased at being beaten and outperformed by a 10-year-old all the time, because you really. It's looking like another fail for me here, isn't it? Gosh, you can't win all the time. Oh, no more lives left either. Yeah, I was thinking I was going to get through a load of levels in this. I was thinking I was going to I was thinking I was going to get through a load of levels in that video, but oh well, no matter. See you all next time, and wish me luck for next time, folks. Goodbye.